YouTube! What the Rome 2 crap is going on? HeirofCarthage back. And we are on the DEI campaign here, Divided Empire, or however it's called. The Arevaci just attacked me. This army just successfully defeated a whole bunch of the turds. And I am ready to take on the Arevaci here and continue the campaign. So, let's give these guys a beating. Now this is not as strong as my army that's in Italy, but this army is still going to be quite capable when faced with what I consider to be a pretty small threat from the Arevaci on the other side. Their lack of skirmishers here is going to hurt them very badly. Very badly. I think I've got 4 Balearic slingers. 2 of them are a little bit beat up, but it's not a big deal. I've got a nice sturdy hoplite line. They're not as good as the Carthaginian hoplites, but they're sturdy. And it'll provide the anvil I need to bring in my cavalry, Iberian assault infantry, and elephants. So it ought to be a lot of fun. I am going to be out of town again next week. I'm going to be traveling for work, so got a lot to do this summer. And I just took a quick one-day trip, which is nice. The one-day trips are always really nice. So, you know, go where you're going and get back in the same day. That way you don't have to spend a lot of time away from home. I am working on getting a gaming laptop, and it won't make a huge difference because I'll still have to travel from time to time. But the idea is that I could use the gaming laptop to, at least when I'm traveling and I'm away from family anyway, maybe I can use some of those times at night after I get done with my work to get ahead on some recording. And basically be able to just improve the overall experience. I haven't had a laptop for a while. Mine got crapped out, and it's not something that I felt like spending a lot of money to replace right away, since it wasn't an absolute necessity. So it has been harder for me to keep up with comments and stuff without that laptop. I've tried here and there, but definitely creating an issue. But yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of one. Working with TGN to see if there's anything that they can work to hook me up with. So we'll see how it goes. Yep. So we got the Arevaci army over here in the distance. Let's take a look at some of these fellows. Here they are. Looks like they got some Scutari troops. Very cool looking models on all these characters, actually. Very much like it. So what are these? Scutari, Iberian swordsmen, Iberian spearmen, light cav. They do have slingers. I must have misinterpreted their unit card. Okay, so my slingers are going to be coming into range of theirs. I'm gonna go ahead and focus fire. I am going to pull my hoplites up. Once they get a little further forward, I'm going to put them into phalanx and try and get some charges. Better go ahead and put them in phalanx. Let's pull my slingers back a little. And then let's go into slow motion. So my guys are in phalanx. I'm going to give some counter charge orders here. Phalanx will help strengthen my guys a little on the charge. Ooh, that's going to be kind of an ugly spot for me right here in the battle because AI's kind of gotten the better of me here as far as positioning. Let's go ahead and hit plate. And I'm going to target the enemy slingers with my own. There's a bit of a gap in the line there, so I might go try and plug it with my Iberian assault infantry, who just called themselves Libyan infantry, I believe. What's their South Iberian calves, or their Iberian light calves, about to get caught in combat with my men. Their general is kind of making a foolhardy attempt at the center of my troops. I'm gonna swing some cav around this flank. Yeah, the AI in this mod does okay at kind of attacking in line and stuff, but they're obviously still not the best when it comes to protecting their flanks. I'm just gonna shore up the hole in my line there with that Iberian assault. Oh, don't get in there because my war elephants will run amok. Let's bring my war elephants all the way around. These are just South Iberian cav. They're kind of weak. I really don't want to get engaged with that enemy general. Our general is under attack. But he snagged my guys there anyway. let's try and get a rear charge with our elephants into this blob here. And I'm going to try and hit the enemy general with all my slinger fire. The charge from my South Iberian cav actually did cause a rout there. Let's watch the elephants coming into combat. Here they are moving towards the rear of the Iberian lines. And they are making their charges now. And the Iberian morale will break because of this. The Arevaci, I guess I should say. Yeah, they will certainly break. Yeah, my Iberian cav here getting routed out by the enemy general. That is to be expected in that fight. So I'm just gonna actually fall back with the other unit. My elephants are now running amok, or not running amok. They're berserking, I think, is what it is actually, which is a change brought about in this mod. Yeah, the Arevaci lancers are getting absolutely roasted by my slingers. Now they're trying to get past my my Iberian cav to get to the slingers, and they will get to one unit, but I'll catch them with my cav and then just kind of finish them off with the slingers here. So let's get one last rear charge maybe into these Scutari. Not a very good charge, but with these elephants around, their morale is going to be gone. The enemy lancers were destroyed by slinger fire, so looks like that's pretty much going to be the end of the battle. They have one unit still holding out here. It's a Scutari. And it is going to rout under pressure here, I think. Yep. So the Arevaci didn't expect a big bad fight from them there. And indeed, it wasn't one. So we beat them down. Did take some losses, though. Losses that, unfortunately, will take a little bit of time to recoup. But after the severe beating we just gave to the Arevaci and the Turdetani, we should be in a good position to push on the territory of the Turds and see if we can go in there and mop it up a little bit. I really like the area of recruitment that's in this mod. Like the fact that I can recruit Iberianist troops out of Iberian provinces, and you can't recruit the Carthaginian type troops until you build certain buildings, I think, to reflect that the culture would have shifted. It's pretty neat. It allows you to get kind of like auxiliaries, basically, with every faction, not just with Rome, which I find to be a pretty cool option. All right. So the Turdetani look like they're going to take more troops down here and go after me. It's giving them excellent chances. I don't see why. That doesn't make the least bit of sense. They are completely outmanned here. Their Iberian swordsmen and other units just will not be sufficient for this battle. We've beaten them here before, and I intend to beat them here again. So we definitely need to get out and get rid of the Turdetani, or else they're just going to continue nuisance stuff like this that can't be auto-resolved. Yeah, I don't know why it's giving them such an advantage. They're far behind when it comes to numbers here. Not to mention the fact that I have a heavy cavalry unit, and they do not. And elephants on top of that, so yeah, it's not going to be a pretty battle for the squishy turds here. I noticed the battles do take a little longer to load in this mod. I don't know if it's like the extra textures or the graphical enhancements or other stuff that it runs. I have no idea, but it's not too bad. And I am running this off a solid state drive too, so it's still a considerable load time, all things considered. My real question is, should I just go out here and kill these guys rather than sitting around in the middle of town like I always do? Let's do that so that it'll be a little bit something different for you. Let's take these guys off fire at will. And the elephants, of course. Need to bring them up here. And the ships. Let's go ahead and start the battle, bring the ships ashore. Let's get out here and just kind of immediately move to crush the initial Iberian forces that approach. Turdetani Iberians, Arevaci. I guess I'm calling them all Iberians, but they are all Iberians. They're all Iberian factions on the Iberian Peninsula. So I suppose that Iberian is an appropriate term here. Yeah, those levies are toast. The noble fighter is actually a pretty tough unit, but with the heavy cav and elephants around, it won't be so tough. I don't know if I'm gonna get my phalanx in time here. Yeah, we are. I'm gonna go ahead and countercharge. Go ahead and move these guys up. I need to intercept the noble fighters with some infantry so that I can hit it from behind. I'm just gonna mob it real quick with all these spear levies that I have. Whatever they're called. Levied Libyan garrison spearmen.
Ready. What are your orders? We are at your command.
Okay, I'm gonna rear charge these levies. Let's get lined up right behind the noble fighter so we can have maximum effect here. I'm gonna go ahead and use second wind, which will keep my guys from tiring out as quickly. There's some South Iberian cav coming up for the reinforcements. That's gonna land pretty much a killing blow, should, on those noble fighters. Yeah, you can see them starting to crumble now. Getting hit by that heavy cav while engaged from the front. Now they would have been winning decisively in the front, no doubt about it. Go ahead and bring these spearmen up. Is the AI going to try and capture the town center still, would be my question. Looks like the noble fighters are going to need another charge to be coerced off the battlefield. Maybe a couple. These guys have such good base morale and armor and stuff that it's going to take some oh, what do you want to call it? Wow, I lost 7 cavalry pulling out of that? Good grief. Seems a bit ridiculous, considering that I hit them completely and totally from behind. Well, let's try it again. Maybe I'll use the flying wedge here and see if it can keep me from getting completely swamped in engagements there. Now, is this a morale penalty or something, or a morale? It probably is. Let's try this one more time here. I'm going to use the flying wedge on the back of these noble fighters. It should increase my charge damage and stuff. Yeah, that definitely did the trick. We're killing some noble fighters there. Yeah, I think they're just going to try and run back to the town center and capture it. I'll take some javelins back to harass them for doing that. The enemy general there, the noble fighter, he's going to be done for. Actually kind of thinking about just throwing my elephants in that mix, just to kind of keep them busy. They do have some mercenary Balearic slingers back there that we're going to have to get rid of. These noble fighters are still hanging on. They got absolutely decimated by that rear charge, and they're wavering, but they're hanging in there, and this general does not have any scare effects. So I'm kind of just going to have to leave my cav engaged here and let them hopefully rout that noble fighter. I'm just going to go into this Iberian sword unit. A little bit risky because they're... oh, there's another noble fighter. This could get tricky with all the noble fighters. I mean, look at that guy. He just stabilized. Still attacked in the rear. Unbelievable. How many cav am I going to lose this time pulling out? Gosh, a crap load. That's getting frustrating. These noble fighters just don't want to rout.
One of our units has gone berserk.
So I got my elephants into this big blob of Iberian swordsmen, and they're already racking up kills quite quickly. I'd kind of like to come get all the way behind this big blob. Let's try and take out that South Iberian cav. My other charge into these guys still has not routed the noble fighters. In fact, they just started to waver when I looked over here. They're down to 33 and finally routed.
The enemy general is dead.
Those guys put up some serious fight there. Let's bring our general back around. Let's keep moving our javelin men this way. I may lose some elephants in this process, but they're getting a decent number of kills and holding up the entire enemy army, giving my spearmen here a chance to engage, which should really hurt the morale. I don't know, the berserking elephants apparently don't scare my own men. Maybe they're used to being berserked on by elephants as part of training. There's my javelin men over here. Now, I don't think that the noble fighters over here are going to give in quite so easily. Let's actually bring our general back around here. Elephants are racking up a substantial number of kills. And, wow, that's a lot of noble fighters in that unit. But the elephants, again, I mean, they're storming around in this. I'm going to just throw more men against the noble fighters here, and try and throw the kitchen sink at them, so to speak. Their morale is already faltering. Let's get a javelin volley in on these Iberian spearmen. They threw some javelins at me, but I threw a lot more in return. And the enemy general died under attack from my elephants. And my elephants ended up basically clutching out the whole rest of that battle, which is good, because that one noble fighter, look at 142 kills, that first one I went after. I mean, don't get me wrong, the units I threw at it were pretty crappy, and it's a good unit, but I mean, getting hit 3 times in a savage rear charge, that's some sheer determination there. Definitely representing the cream of the crop of troops, I guess. But apparently the others could not resist the elephant destruction. And as long as those elephants are in this garrison, I think it's going to be pretty hard for the Turdetani to even have any hopes of defeating them. In those streets where they get their guys all blobbed up, my elephants are just going to have a heyday like they did right there. So another Turd army, 2 Turd armies defeated. This one the general died, but they got away with a couple of troops. But that means that they've expended pretty much all their forces near Kartuba, which means that my guys should be able to move in. Look, Italy in turmoil, so they added this from the Hannibal in the Gates campaign. Because Hannibal has threatened Rome so seriously, Rome has now levied up more legions. So we can expect some pretty severe fighting in Italy. So there will be blood. Now, I only have 17 units in this army. Not much I can do here by way of Italian units that would be very worthwhile. We don't have a military presence in Magna Graecia. And I'm not sure that I'm interested in getting too much of a military presence here. So we get 4 Libyan armored townsfolk, 3 garrison spearmen, Libyan local javelin men. So 4133, 4133. So the garrison's the same at both. We get a little more wealth out of this one. This doesn't seem like it's... Oh, and this one unlocks the recruitment of late Libyan hoplites, Italian slingers, and Libyan javelin, and that might be handy. So let's take care of that. Again, our money's not great at this point. We're going to need to continue to work on it. Some people want me to focus on the commercial edicts down here in Carthage, which I feel like I've done quite a bit of building in Africa, so I'm working on it. I'm kind of tempted to hold Cosentia for the time being, for obvious reasons. Libyan infantry, late Carthaginian hoplites. I mean, it may become necessary for me to retrain units here, but I think we'll be alright. I think we'll be alright for the time being. Let's get this army here. Like I said, the Turdetani expended all their effort. Now, why does this army have such poor movement range up here? All of their troops are dead, but I'm gonna be very slow in getting to them. Oh, it's unseasonal conditions. That's probably what's playing into it. So, a harsh winter. It's keeping my men from retraining, and it's probably limiting my movement effects as well. At least I'm pretty certain that's probably what's happening. I'm trying to remember where we see the effects of that. Stance none, may go. Well, I thought it would show it somewhere in here, but doesn't look like it. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably the harsh winter, though. I mean, it's kind of the only thing that makes sense, to be honest. Got a little army up here that I forgot about, so we got it. We probably don't need it here at the moment, but I'll keep it just in case. I don't really have much of a navy either, just because it's so expensive. So yeah, I kind of want Hannibal's troops to do some retraining. Looks like they are retraining. It's just slow. Obviously, we can upgrade these units too. Level 1 armor and weapons. I wonder if it increases their upkeep. So right now it's 156. Let's see. No, it does not. Well, yeah, that seems like kind of one of those why not things. I can't really hardly tell. Armor 38. Doesn't look like it's doing a whole lot, but might as well just spend the money and let's upgrade some of these troops. Since I don't really have a whole lot else to spend it on at the moment, make sure that Hannibal's troops have the best. These Carthaginian hoplites are pretty beasty. These guys are definitely a solid unit, and I mean the pike phalanx is going to be very hard for the AI to overcome, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable about that. Where did we get attrition at? Okay, so these guys probably have the plague. Yeah. Got some stuff that needs to be done, actually, so let's... Let's see, so the army, the force has some upgrades we can do. Under siege, melee attack, campaign movement range might be handy. Weapon damage, I'll kind of go with that, and then the general can be upgraded again. He has mercenary connections, which is kind of cool. Just slowly kind of lowering the cost of keeping mercenaries. This one's actually training my troops slowly over time, which is pretty sweet. I'm gonna do the mercenary stuff too to potentially make it to where I can get some mercs into this army for a decent price. Ooh, still pretty high, but mercenary Galatians sell swords. That's so cool. Got some of these decent units. Iberian skirmishers, mercenary Libby Phoenician hoplites. That's funny. All right. Nope. Apparently, we still got other stuff we need to do, like right here. Same deal. So, the force with Hannibal right now has the extra campaign movement range and some extra attack as well. I think I'm gonna unlock the thing that starts to help when they're under siege, because we may be getting sieged by some Romans soon enough. And let's take a look at the skills that Hannibal has. He's got cunning, zeal, lots of other stuff. Let's see what some of these special abilities. So he's got night battles, that would just give him more cunning. This one's going to give more melee attack skill and morale for units during offensive battles, which is cool. This one's going to actually make it to where public order bonus is given, and a tariff because he's a master of statecraft. I really like that too, because I know this isn't Hannibal Barca, but Hannibal Barca was actually really a master statesman on top of being an excellent commander, so I really like that. Missile attack range for all units. For all missile units, that's pretty sweet. actually going to do that one there with Hannibal. So I think now we can finally end the turn without getting the message that I'm forgetting stuff. Looks like the Romans are getting ready to come up and get me. I might jump out and go ahead and hit them while they're still a single army. Looks like the Arevaci are pulling back, and it's probably a good thing. They actually have quite a few armies there. The AI hasn't been quite as aggressive as they could be, and if they were, it would probably be pretty difficult. Though, I mean, I have had pretty good luck in defending against many of their attacks. The challenge is going to be actually getting this city sieged. They're going to have a pretty sizable garrison. 14 units of garrison. So they're going to get 2 Iberian local swords, 2 townsfolk, lots of garrison spearmen and slingers. And that's going to be on top of the few units they have there. So they're still going to have a pretty substantial army for me to try and handle. That is going to be difficult to handle. But I am going to stay up here and try and keep some pressure on them. I might just move... Well, I need to retrain, so I'm going to actually... I was thinking about coming up here and fortifying. Because that'll help speed up my replenishment rate, too. And if they attack, I'll be in a pretty good position. Carthage can hold off against some of these armies temporarily, at least, I think. What did we finish researching? Water sluicing. So that should have been over here somewhere. Right here. Let's see what I want to research next here. I'm kind of trying to think about this. Get extra cultural conversion through there, which is pretty nice. Might go ahead and do some of this research towards better farms and let that kind of get underway. So let's see, we're camped there. I'm thinking I want to attack the Romans. Here they are fortified. It doesn't look like it. I mean, there it goes. It popped up. So they will get to fight from. Ooh, they got a lot of Principes.
At your command.
Fighting them in a fort actually may not be a good plan.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, I don't think that I really want to fight them in a fort. That's not going to be a very good situation for me. I got plenty of Italian slingers, so I guess that I'm trying to figure out... Punic culture is on the rise, but as is Latin culture. But that's good. We got Punic culture on the rise. I probably ought to go ahead and drop in a muster field. Still suffering attrition for the guys up here plaguing and careless, but it looks like they finally got over their plague. Let's go ahead and end another turn here. We have some buildings that need to be built. We may have to save some money over a few turns to do it. Yep, these Romans are going to come attack me. This is better than me going after them. I'm actually going to sally out so I can fight on open ground. They have a pretty good army here. These early Principe are armed with a spear, but they're still pretty tough units. And they've got this early Triari too, and this is a beast of a unit. These Equites are decent cav, not as good as my Carthaginians, but they are decent. I'm going to get a lot of throwaway units from the town as a garrison that I can use as well. Let's go ahead and fight this. Again, though, the Romans come with very little means of penetrating. I thought, dang it, I meant to sally out. Oh well, we'll figure it out here. I'm not going to just sit in the streets and fight, even though I could, and it would be quite successful with the pikemen. I don't feel like fast-forwarding a battle where the Romans grind out their men on my pikemen. Hit the wrong button, though. Meant to sally out. Okay. The Romans are going to attack all from one direction. Interesting enough. I wonder if I could get out and form a pike line before they were all over me. Probably.
Completes! Battle! Orders, my lord! What are your orders?
The gods are with us.
Kinda... Let's put all these guys right here, maybe. We'll swing them out and around. Slingers, let's put them over here and swing them out to the flank. The Romans have their general over here. Let's put my cav on that side. Ready to immediately face their general. I'll put my general on this side, though. So, let's use these garrison javelin men to go absorb some pain. Same thing with these units. We might be able to bring them out and absorb some javelins. So I'm just going to run them forward, let them get out here and just suffer at the hands of the Romans. I know I'm quite kind, are I not? Okay, let's go ahead and just move all our troops out and to line for battle. The Romans are going to be all over me very quickly. I'm hoping I even have time to form. That's why I want to use my crappy javelin units and other stuff here to distract the Romans. Give me some time to get positioned. And it looks like it'll work, my ploy for time here. Oh no, you're not going to be skirmishing. Need to go ahead and get pike formation. Oh, not a minute too soon here. That Roman cav was all over me. And I just barely got into pike formation. Let's go ahead and get into formation there. I'm going to start winging my slingers all the way around the edge. Let's just go ahead and hold this point with the hoplites. Swing my cav in from behind. That's just some of my junky garrison units that are routing. Nothing to be concerned about there. Okay, slingers can move in behind. Okay, this cavalry's ready to move in. I don't know where the early Triari ended at. Oh crap, my Libyan pikemen got outflanked here. That's not good. That is not good at all. We're going to need to clean that fight up pretty quickly. I'm going to go ahead and try and push some of their skirmishers back. In the center we'll be doing really well. Let's go ahead and use my general to mop up this fight on the flank, and let's actually let's target their own general with my slingers. Their slingers are less of a concern for me. Here, we need help very quickly here. Okay, my general has mopped up this fight. Let's go ahead and just target this slinger real quick. Their general is kind of up against my pikes anyway. We've gotten a pretty decent rear charge here. The forest will have slowed me down on the way in, unfortunately, but we're going to kill quite a few early Principes there. We're going to need more cavalry support, though, to take care of business here. I'm going to bring in another rear charge against these units. My pike unit is kind of folding under pressure. If I pull out of that with that cav, it's going to suffer pretty badly, but it's also fighting against heavy spearmen, and it's going to suffer pretty badly.
Our men flee the field of
I'm going to use my general to try and take down the enemy general. I'm going to war cry the units over here. Use some of my general abilities. Let's charge into the back here. I'm losing a lot of Carthaginian cav here in this attempt to rout these early Principe, and I don't know if this will save it or not. I'm going to make the attempt. We've gotten the morale down quite a bit on these units, and they've taken a pretty bad flank charge, but I mean, I'm completely outflanked here with my pikemen. And the Principe have actually stabilized after that charge. I'm going to have to pull out. This sucks because I'm going to take some seriously bad losses there. But where the AI has actually outflanked me here is really bad for me. So rather than wasting more cav on that, let's just let those pikes lose. That's what they're going to do. And let's use these cavalry to good effect where they can be used to good effect. like right here. Freeing up this fight would be a big help. That is actually the Triarii. Great. It's going to take multiple rear charges to finish those guys off. The enemy general is dying to my general. Not without losses, but he's dying. The Carthaginian cav is up for a nice rear charge here on the Triarii. These guys are very cool looking units too, by the way.
Our men flee the
Hopefully they'll
field.
look even better underneath the hooves of my my cavalry. I did get a very excellent charge there. And it is going to take a big toll on those Triarii, but it's going to take more than that to rout them. So I'm going to go ahead and try and cycle out of this. Like I said, it's definitely taking a toll on my cav, but it's going to take more than one charge to finish those guys off. My slingers are beating down these Principe. We took a lot of losses there with our cavalry. This Triarii is now completely surrounded, but I mean, it's still holding strong when it comes to morale. Let's run another rear charge here. Hopefully we can get another good knockdown effect on the Triarii. Looks like we're going to kill quite a few of them here. We are. That's quite good. Enemy general is going down. Oh, I forgot about these Carthaginian hoplites altogether. That's pretty stupid. Let's bring this pike unit over here and see if we can assist. This pike unit can now start to outflank. Let's actually just use this one to outflank as well. Let's pull back with these slingers and attack the early Hastati. Their general is holding out a lot longer than I thought he would. He's actually putting up a pretty decent fight. These Triarii are wavering, and I sure hope they rout, because my cavalry is still committed in here. Yep, they did. Wow, routing that Triarii is going to be a huge help. I wonder if I can actually turn this pike unit around without getting it routed due to penalties from being attacked in the rear. We'll see if we can. Let's get out of formation attack and attack here. Let's mop up this routing Principe unit so it doesn't come back. I've repositioned my pikemen here, so that'll put me in a lot better fighting position against all those early Principe. Okay, we can start pulling these units over to outflank here. Yeah, look at my pikes outflanking here. They're actually pushed up into the combat, which is really nice to see. We've kind of got like scissors going on the early Hastati over here. We've managed to rout them, the pikemen. I've heard a few people say that pikes are worthless in this mod, and I actually really don't find that to be true. I actually find them to be even more useful than they were in the vanilla, in my mind. Okay, I think look at this, the AI is actually trying to keep me from charging them in the back. It's actually a pretty impressive display coming from the AI. So we've got these guys over here now pincered. I've got more pikes that I can move in to complete an entire surrounding. Just gonna pull these slingers out of the way. We've mulched up the routing units, and then over here this early Hastati is getting beat down by my Carthaginian hoplites. Let's bring in this pikeman to get right behind here. And then we'll bring in this one to kind of, like I said, we'll fill in the gaps here. Okay, so we took a few more losses here than I'd like. May take us a couple of turns to recover, but it shouldn't be a big deal. This was a pretty decentish Roman army that they threw at me. It didn't really have enough skirmishers, but otherwise it had some pretty potent infantry forces. Lots of Principe and Triarii, some Equites, other units that they had. See, I can see my pikes here just completely getting these guys from behind. I wonder if they're getting actual kills. Not quickly. I wonder if that same bug is there where you can just kind of... Oh, whoops. Using the wrong pike unit. No, you all keep attacking there. see I can like just keep clicking. And they just keep forcing their way further into the fight. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so the Romans are completely surrounded at this point. There's no getting away. You can see them here trying to escape, and they're having to try and push through pike lines to do so. They're completely surrounded. Their Hispania out here is still fighting, but even it's about to give way. So I think this is a pretty big success, knocking out that Roman force, though there will be others. But Hannibal's army continues to be very successful against the Romans. Still think that pike line is clutch. They're really good. They can deny certain areas for movement, and even though I took a lot of damage, my cavalry did get a lot of kills. My Carthaginian hoplites, though, man, those guys they're pretty awesome. If I can get a little more money rolling, I'm just going to recruit more of them, because even in a head-on charge, they can put up a good fight against good infantry, and then they work as a nice flank support for the pike phalanx. Very, very nice support for them. Some javelin units would be nice support too. But I don't know, the slingers have a lot of ammo. They're pretty deadly also. Like some javelin units like some Agrionians or something like that would be crazy cool. Or some light Iberian swordsmen with javelin would be a nice supporting unit too. So that Roman general came and took his beat down. He actually is going to escape. His bodyguard must have gotten away. But that just means it'll take it longer to retrain, so not a big deal. We've got more Roman troops inbound, so hopefully we get some good retraining in. The Arevaci are going to come in force against Carthage, and they are going to attack me. They have a small navy which could potentially land behind me, but I mean it's just one unit. The rest of them are actually going to have to try and get through my walls? Are they going to try and burn the gates? I hope not. Let's see what this is. I don't know exactly what's going to happen here. Yeah, if they didn't bring any equipment to get through my walls, maybe they used a spy or something to get the gates open, possibly? Don't really know. I'll have to just see what's happened here. Because, yeah, if they don't have any equipment, maybe they get ladders automatically or something. I don't remember. Let us take a look. Yeah, they get some ladders automatically, it looks like. That's kind of irritating. Come up and you don't even have to build ladders. Of course, if the AI was expected to build something, they'd probably fail. So, understandable. I'll probably just try and... Well, I don't know if bottlenecking the AI in on this would really work. Yeah, so I don't know if I have enough to defend against this Arevaci force. Actually, it's gonna be a challenge. I'm trying to think of the best defense. Like, just going into phalanx formation won't work. Their guys will. I mean, these are some pretty offensive units here. They have some very nice stats actually. The Arevaci painted warriors and stuff, so and they're gonna scare my men too, potentially. Yeah, actually those guys don't have the scare effect. Yeah, so I mean I could just try and blockade the walls, basically. Because if they come in here, they can't come down over here, they can only come down at this tower. I don't know what we should do. Gonna have to do something though. I can't just sit here and do nothing. We could kind of just defend the center here and try and get some javelins behind some of the Arevaci troops. Can't seem to get my guys spread out at all through here. Kind of an annoying spot to garrison. Yeah, just really trying to think about how I want to handle this. Do I want my javelin men here to maybe throw some javelins at their guys while they're on the wall? I don't know. Let's just see how the AI behaves here. I really don't know what to expect. I think this might be lost.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
Let's sail our ships out to sink their single ship fleet. Man, I don't know. I kind of think my best bet might still just be to defend the base of the tower, where they would have to come off the walls. Oh, actually, crap. We need a unit up here fast. We can't let them capture the gatehouse.
One of our ships is being boarded.
Is it? Well, that was fast. Wasn't paying attention. Imagine that. Let's bring it around and come give him a ramming real quick. Arevaci are headed up the ladder. Let's get all these spear troops and head over here. Yeah, they are attempting to capture the gatehouse from me. I think I'll get there in time to prevent them from being able to actually capture it. And their troops can't come down from the walls there, so they'll just continue to be shot by my tower, which is very handy. Gonna turn these guys over there. Let's give these guys another ramming real quick. Still didn't kill them, but they're almost gone. Okay, let's see what's happening over here. Alright, so we've kept them from capturing the gatehouse. That is most definitely a good thing. My towers are shooting them right now, which is also a good thing. I don't know if my javelin really have good sight here, but we'll try. Okay, looks like we've gotten rid of their ship. Hoping I can get some javelins off of these guys while they're in the open. Yeah, the AI is not really sure where to go here. Are they going to try and burn the gates? I haven't seen an AI try to burn the gates in a long time. No, they're all trying to climb up the ladder, I think. Like I said, I'm not sure I can actually defend against this. Okay, I've probably gotten about all I can get out of those javelin men. Let's go ahead and pull back. Now they're continuing to run around. They may be trying to find another place to come down, but some of them are coming down here, so I don't think they can all ignore it. Okay, so like I said, I don't know exactly how this is going to turn out or whether it will turn out good at all. May not. Yeah, they're definitely all going for the ladder. I don't think I can hold this off. Because eventually they're just going to overwhelm me. I mean, my spearmen may be able to kind of bunch up on these guys, but I mean, they're not going to win. They're not made for this kind of fight. My javelins are getting some pretty nice throws over here. Only 9 kills though, so nothing impressive.
Our general is under attack.
Actually just throw in everything we can get into this fight. Fast forward is laggy because there's so many troops. Well, dadgummit, this is going to be annoying because it's not going to be very entertaining either, and if I end up losing it anyway, then it would have been best to just go through the auto-resolve process, I think, because the fast forward isn't any faster than real time because of the lag. This fight is really going to drag on forever, to be honest. I mean, the battle may end before they're actually able to cut through my guys and capture the city. Is that a victory point? Yes, it is a victory point. So honestly, if we just, like I said, keep throwing the kitchen sink at them over here, they may not be able to actually get to the victory point and win in time. Okay, well, I don't know what like I said, I don't know if the fast forward will actually make it faster. I'll sit back here kind of from a distance. Looks like it may be helping a little. Yeah, my spearmen are losing this fight. They're getting hardly any kills, and they're being killed. Iberian swordsmen there, painted warriors, those guys are seriously beefy. My guys would have to last for 33 minutes in order to win the battle by default, basically. Which may be possible. The grind out fights can be quite long on this game. I don't know if 33 minutes long, but unfortunately I do believe this is going to be all the time I have for this episode. I don't have time to sit here and record the rest of this. Like I said, I apologize. I didn't realize it's going to be like this. At least I'll know going forward that stuff like this is not really going to be possible unless I had pikes or something else of the sort. I'll do what damage I can to the Arevaci, and I will see you all back on the next episode of the Carthage campaign here. It should be interesting. We got extra Roman armies deployed against us. The Arevaci still giving us grief here, and should be a lot of fun. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.